Hello everyone, Waffle here, and welcome in. Today we have a showcase. First of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for recognizing me in game. It has been like such a blast playing Tower Defense recently and getting like, hey, are you the Waffle? And I'm like, yes, I am. Wait a second. Speaking of getting noticed in game, who's that? Who's that behind me? Let me know in the comments if you know who the heck this is. I know who this is. It's Absorb Tax. Just kidding. That's my ult. But my ult is a member of Taxer Army and you should be too. If you didn't check out our latest video together, I highly recommend it. It's up on my channel right now and it's up on his, so go take a look. Oh my gosh, I got a friend in the background. And speaking of another friend, I had a lovely friend next to me loan me their Shadestool today. And we're gonna do a little showcase with it. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned and we'll go over all the details about him. So, here's a quick look at Shadestool. Shadestool is the new unit that dropped from the corrupted summons. He's over here on this board and you get him from this chest right here. Alright friend, look at yourself. Look how cool you are. You're a 0.01% drop chance. That means you are incredibly annoying to get. Incredibly, 1 in 10,000. That is very rude, sir. Alright, let's take a look at his stats. So Shadestool starts at 300 DPS and goes up to 4,000 DPS. He's got a 6 burst window. That's good. Times 6 burst window is awesome. I love a high burst window. I think yeah, Passion Shooter's times 10, I think. Let me double check. Times 10, yeah, times 10, which is awesome. He has a max DPS of 4,000, which is pretty good. It's up there with Rose Beam. It's up there with Blossom Barrage. So very strong unit. Definitely going to be one of your like trendsetters in your team. He's got a small range though. 30. So if that's comparing to a few units that have recently dropped, like Juggercorn, like Keratotrosophy, like they're all in the 40s. Rosebeam's 47, that's my highest range. Bloodvine's 41, so seeing a range of 30 is very low, even lower than Pyropetal. Petal Ray, of course, yeah. That might be one of my lower end, actually. That's just barely higher than Ballistic Banana, but that's definitely on my lower end of units that I have. Interesting. Doompetal. Doompetal's the only one that really comes close to like how low of a range that is. So that's kind of a shame with like the bigger maps. We can't cover too much surface area. But we can still see him in action and see how he does. Alright. I wanted to film in jungle, but we are not filming in jungle today. We are filming in toxic because I have such a hard time. I have such a difficult time soloing jungle. I think it's just because you don't get enough seeds to start off. I guess it's just because you don't get enough money to start off, but man, it is a struggle for me to solo it. Regardless, we are here, we are in Toxic, and we are going to be laying down our Shadestool shortly. So I tried to arrange my party in a way that we could demonstrate a few things. We could show his burst window, we could show off his range in comparison to a few other units I have, and just other easy things. So now I should be able to save for him pretty simply. We've got Shadestool, right? 30 range. These are some units that I currently have. So 34 range for my Pyropetal, and then 47 is, like I said, I think that's the biggest range you can have in the game. So we'll lay this down like right around here when I get a chance, and you can really compare. I'll lay them all down actually. I'll lay them in a row over here, and you can compare how much more of the map that Rosebeam's gonna carry, which is nice because Rosebeam does so much damage. What a massive hitting unit. Rosebeam's insane. Alright, so we got enough to lay down our first Shadestool. Let's have him face me, okay? Alright, here he is on the field, and I love his little curly hands. I love his little animations. Hold up, let me zoom out a little bit so that way we have a little bit more of what's going on. We'll slow it down for him so these guys can get over and hit. Alright, we got a few enemies coming over to be whacked by him. Let's see how he does it. Oh, he just yoinks them. It looks like he's ripping them apart right there. Did you see that? Oh, that's super cool. Let's go back to his stats again, okay? And we can compare some things. 4,000 damage is probably the highest DPS unit that we have in the pools. Is one of the higher DPS units, as I said before. Definitely the highest that we get from those random pools, which is awesome. Although he doesn't do AoE damage, he's the kind of unit that you want to have in your team for those big bosses, and anything that's chunky, Let me know if you guys have gotten a Shadestool yet. They're still pretty rare in game. They only have 1,500 existing right now. Holy smokes, that is rare. All right, I'm laying down my rose beam just to show you a little bit of a comparison of even starting range. So you can see rose beams is already quite a bit larger. And like I said, I'll lay down, oh, but a lot of people have Doom Petal. That's right, Doom Petal was easy to get. So I'll lay a Doom Petal down next, just so we can see. So Shadestool does start off as a bigger range than Doom Petal. Doom Petal is very, very small range. He's a decent starter, but he's so cute. Look at that little face. That's such a cute dang face. Oh my goodness. Why am I falling in love with Doom Petal right now? But we can compare these three leveled up then a little bit. So this is Rose Beam at level 2. Let me know if you guys were able to get your hands on Rose Beam 2, a super powerful unit that they recently dropped, and it went out of stock honestly like within a few hours. I feel like it was out of stock by noon by the time they dropped it. I managed to get my hands on 2, and we're doing a giveaway tomorrow, 1 week. 1 week past the time that the giveaway started, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can do a live, but I'm not sure. Let me level him up again. Well, let's do a comparison. So you are now at level 3, and that's just now getting to the range that our Shadestool was at the start, but not quite. When I get my Rose Beam leveled up though, I don't know if you saw my Absorb Tax video, it's gonna be able to hit all of this surface area, which is exactly what I want. I want my units to be doing as much damage as they can for as long as they can, so that's really my goal. I'm gonna throw a speed sprinkler on them just to see them attack a little bit faster. I'm gonna level it up, yeah. That way they're attacking 12.5% faster. In my one video, I did my calculations wrong, and I didn't realize it until someone commented that it's not more damage, it's a damage faster. So you want to take whatever damage or your DPS that your unit's doing. So like for instance, Rose Beam does, oh, that's not a fun number. If you have a unit like Raffalisa, right? Raffalisa starts at 1,000, and then when you level it up, it goes to 2,000 damage. You want to say it does 2,000 damage, so damage over seconds, right? So over 1 second. What our sprinkler does is it cuts the time that it takes to damage down. So you want to actually take that out of the 1 second. So instead of dividing the normal 2,000 by 1 to get like 2,000 damage per 1 second, you're actually going to want to divide the damage number by 0.875 to get how much damage per second your units will be doing with your speed sprinkler. Alright, I'm leveling up our Shadestool to level 2, and that's a pretty good range, and it looks like he's going a bit faster too, which is great. Went from, oh, and he's going to be doing it at 0.34. Ooh, and he's going to be attacking every 0.36 seconds. Look at that. Dot, 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 dot. He's doing so many. All right, I'm leveling up my Rose Beam again just so we can see a little more range. Get my Doom Petal max. So Doom Petal, like I said, is one of the smallest range units that I have. One of the smallest range units I have for a 4-star or a 5-star, I don't remember what it is. And Shadestool is nearing that, so you have to be very particular with your Shadestool placements. Places like right here would be really good for Shadestool, because I know he can hit this entire bend then. He's very comparable to the Pyro Petal, but just a little bit less range. I usually place my Pyro Petals right here because I know they can reach, but I think this guy needs to be right here and perfectly positioned just to be able to reach this whole bend. And I can only have 3. I forgot I can only have 3. I'm trying to place 4 because it feels like with such a small range I should be able to have 4, but I'm not. Overall, Rose Beam's just so cracked. But I would be ecstatic if I had a Shadestool. I would say Shadestool can replace quite a bit of kit on my team in general. Definitely those Juggercorns, definitely, oh my gosh. I really prefer smaller units, so units that are very compact like Shadestool. I would prefer to put that in my kit over something like Juggercorn or Keratotrosophy, just because they take up so much room. And I just have this Rose Beam to level up to max. But yeah, it's not a bad range. It's not a bad range. Now that I'm seeing it on the field, it's very good. It's nice. It will, like I said, meet up, compete even with my Pyro Petal range. I think a Pyro Petals are still super underrated units, like 2,460 damage, and you have a really high % chance of getting them. Like, that's just, I think that's awesome personally, but what do I know? Let's play through a little bit of the game and level them up. So yeah, my Pyro Petals, we can see hit this whole area when I place them right there. This guy's also going to hit a good area, but when I place my, you know, let's move this Shadestool. You know, let's move this Shadestool next to this Pyropetal so we can compare them since their range is just about the same. Alright, Shadestool. And I like that we're still able to get this whole bend taken care of with the Shadestool. That's something like super important. You might have heard me joking with Absorb Tax in my latest video that we should place all your units at the start. I was being silly. Oftentimes when I get into games with new players, they'll place all of their units right here and it doesn't do very much surface area. They have a very limited range. So I was just being silly. In reality, you want to try placing your units around bends like this or around corners, any place where they can maximize that circle area that they do. So we got our Pyropetal and our Shadestool leveled up, and they are very comparable. Honestly, Pyropetal, it's so close how much range that they have. I think I placed my Pyropetal forward a little bit more, but there's obviously like a little bit more optimization for our Pyropetal than our Shadestool. Our Shadestool does better in smaller, tighter areas where our Pyropetal can deal with a little bit wider. Doompetal is just kind of screwed, okay? You want to place Doompetal like right here if we were to place Doompetal. Look at that. That's maximizing your Doompetal range. Maybe another one up here. Look at that Doompetal go. Honestly, I could have placed him a little bit better. Maybe right here would be fine for him. Yeah, both are okay. They're not the best. This spot right here for your Shadestool though. Ooh, perfect. I like that. I'm gonna throw down another Raffalisa and just level it up a little. And let me just play out the rest of this match. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for videos in the comments. In the next couple days, I might have a little bit of a video lag. I have a guest coming over. I'm going to a convention, which is super exciting. Let me know if you guys have ever been to a convention or you want to go to one. I've got some cosplays lined up, and yeah, I just can't wait. So if you see my videos dip off for a minute, I will be back. No worries. I just have some real life things coming up. Alright, I'm gonna speed this up for now. I think that's all the units I can place. So let's see how this goes. That's not a lot of units. I chose quite a low unit team. Interesting. Can I place some more? No, I can only place 5 Doompetals. I thought it was 6. Dude, I love how they're so happy. They remind me of cats when they bounce. And the Shadestools look so majestic. I'm so sad that I wasn't able to do them on Jungle for you guys. Jungle's like my favorite looking map, but my least favorite to play. And then probably next to that is Island. I hate playing Island. But I guess Toxic has some trees out here. I haven't really noticed these trees. Alright, here come the boss waves. And we will slow it down just to see these Shadestools in actions. Whip, 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 grip, whip, whip, grip. Yeah, and you can really see their burst animated. I guess it's 6, so they're not animating each one, but I really do value like the different animations that the developers have for each unit. I think they're pretty cool. Like, I don't know, just watching them all in action, like yeah, it's already slowed down. I've got the speed sprinkler, but I just love how they all move. I don't know, this game just makes me happy, guys. It really does. It's so goofy, but I just love all the flowers. I love all the plants. It's super fun. I'm gonna move some of these units around, try to maximize their area that they can hit. Give them a speed sprinkler too. And look at that, my Rose Beam's still attacking that guy and he's so far away. I will lay down my 2 Rose Beams back here. Honestly, like, really, you can just replace Rose Beams and they will hit so well. Ooh, this is gonna be tight. I don't know if I can do this. I think I goofed my comp. I really just wanted to, like, look at range and stuff. This might not be it. This might be GG's shot. In the infamous words of Absorb, this may in fact be GG's. Is it GG's? Are we cooked? Did I not bring enough slows? Should I have brought another one? Yes, the answer is yes. And that is GG's. That's so sad. Alright, chat. Let me know what you guys think of Shadestool. Let me know if you've gotten him yet, and let me know if you're thinking about Gambaing for him, or how much Gamba you've put into him already. I've put quite a bit of Gamba into the Corrupted Summons, and I've gotten a lot of Passion Shooters, honestly, and I've given quite a lot away as well. A reminder, my giveaway ends tomorrow, so check in on that video that I posted last Saturday, I think it was, and I will draw the winners tomorrow. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, it means everything. I'd love seeing you guys in game. Please, 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 please keep talking to me, calling me out. I don't know many characters that look a lot like mine. I use a lot of cosmetics, I purchase a lot of things, so some things you can always see and point out with my character specifically is the face, the duck, and the sparkles. I changed my outfit quite a lot, but like I said, I haven't seen any doppelgangers. My name is Waffle Duck in game, and I'd love if you guys pointed me out. I usually give free units away. I'm running kinda low on my pesticiders, so hopefully we get a new map with some new good units I can give away. But that's all for this one. I'll see you in the next one, and bye!